What's going on, everybody? This is nicodskelly here, and I'm without a hat today. Listen, I know last week I was not around. I did not do a commentary over One Piece chapter 1023, but because I have a good reason, okay? I got corona, so, and after that I got strep. So, yeah. You can see, like, I'm still recovering from strep. My voice is kind of raspy, but sexy too. But yeah, before we get into this video, make sure you like and subscribe. And, yeah. Also, like a chart. Come on. If you're gonna watch the videos, might as well subscribe. That's all I'm saying. You'll be updated with the content every week. That's all I'm saying, man. It'd be a lot easier for you. Also, make it a lot easier if you put the bell notification on as well. Just saying. Just saying. But also go check out my Discord as well. But before we get started, I'm going to go through some cliff notes, because some big stuff happened in chapter 1023, okay? Some big stuff, big lore stuff, okay? And also good stuff with Momonosuke as well, okay? I was wrong about my hypothesis, okay, about Momonosuke. But I'm always wrong about One Piece, so yeah. I'll just get to the cliff notes of last chapter, but this week I'm going to do, well, this video is mainly about chapter 1024, so yeah. Let me just do some cliff notes, the big important stuff about our main people here. Now, I mainly write scripts out, but this time I didn't, because I didn't want to, you know. So last week's chapter is the middle of the fight. But mainly this chapter is about focus on ZORO'S background, Sanji's background, and what's his face? King's background. So they all three of them are fighting plus Queen, and they're all running about. You know, always fight. They're fighting their duel and everything like that. So, yeah. First of all, funny thing that happened in this chapter is Marco's just sitting in the battlefield daydreaming. It's like he's daydreaming about, like, Pops, you know, Whitebeard, and everything like that. And Izo comes in and says, "Why are you daydreaming in the middle of a battle, whatever?" And then Izo said, "You sound like Pops when he's drunk, you know, something like." It was funny. So then the important stuff comes in. We have Sanji saying, "Oh, by using, like, my body feels weird. It feels wrong." He said he only used the race suit twice, whatever. So there's a theory out there that maybe the race suit is conforming his body into one of the Germa siblings, as I say, because more modified. You know, his body's become more modified because of the race suit, or also it could just be, you know, fatigue. Maybe that too. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's nothing, maybe it's something, but that's interesting. But yeah, then we move on to, okay, Giswick comes in. So we have Queen talking to Sanji about Queen thinks he has an augmentation in his leg because his family's the Germa 66. So yeah, then homeboy. Oh, here's the big lore drop for King. So pretty much Queen says, "Are you stupid? What kind of human can burst into flames? It's not like you're a Luarian." And then King kind of looks at Queen. Then of course Sanji says, "Oh, it's my passion that burns harder than any flame, whatever." So maybe he does have Lunarian DNA in his body. Maybe that's the cause of it. But I don't know. But it's cool, you know. But who knows? Moving on to Zoro, you know. He's fighting King. Their battle is very interesting because, you know, King is pretty much saying, "Why using these traditional forms and techniques of fighting?" And Zoro says, he says, "Oh, well, you have a point that you never said you were a swordsman after all." And then he says when it comes, then he says to King, if it comes down to it, I'll rip out your throat. Pretty much. He said he's willing to bite through his throat. So, and Zoro said, I can't afford to lose here. So yeah. Then the big thing was Zoro. Now, hear me out. I cannot pronounce names worth a damn. Okay, so we have Boss Hirogoro talking. I forget his name. I call him the Frog because I don't know his fucking name. We all know who we know. But Hirogoro said like, oh, he reminds me of wait, hold on. Hirogoro said, but Zoro reminds me so much of the former daimyo of Ringo when he was young. He and Shitokosumi Ishimuru are like two peas in a pod. Right down to their sword handling, it's uncanny. Ishimaru Sama was fantastic swordsman and a direct descendant of the god of the blade, Shimotsuki Rimura, or Ruma. The blade where he got, we all know who that is, right? And this young man was the one who finally returned Sushui to Wano. And it must be fate or something. After all, Rumura or whatever was a one-eyed swordsman, just like Zoro. So maybe he is a descendant of these people, and maybe he has a big placement in Wano. So yeah, that's a big lore drop for right now. Then we move on to Momonosuke. Momonosuke is interesting. This is where I said my theory was wrong. Well, my hypothesis was wrong. When I said he probably won't turn into a dragon. Nope, he turned into a fucking dragon. He aged up. He's 28 now. And Shinobu said, Momonosuke-sama, you look just like, then cuts off. We all know Odin. We all look like, we don't see him as an adult. We don't see Momo as a human. But we do see him as a dragon. And I have to say, Momonosuke looks a lot more intimidating than the fucking Kaido. That's all I'm saying. Then we have an interaction between Luffy and him, Momo. Someone in the back said, strike, get back, it's dangerous, whatever. Then Luffy has a flashback to when Momonosuke and Luffy first met. And it says, I'm not your snack. If you attempt to eat me, I will devour you whole. Brace yourself. Then Luffy says, Momo. And Momo says, that's right. Then Luffy says, Momo, let's get back to Wano. And he says, yeah. And that's where the chapter ends. So he is a full dragon now. So that's pretty sick. Then we have the color pages. They all look fucking amazing, as always. But I'm going to save all of them, okay? I'm going to post them up right now. Well, two big ones I really like. One, he's dragon form, and some Zoro stuff. But yeah, that's the chapter 1023. I know it's been like 9 minutes or so, into this video, and I'm talking about last week's chapter. I know. Listen, hear me out. That's his little update. That's where we are right now, okay? So let's move on to this week's, okay? Those were cliff notes and stuff I disliked. But this time, it's this, So yeah, let's move on to chapter 1024. If it loads. Oh yeah, I'm just reading it off my computer, by the way. Okay, what the hell? It's not loading. Oh no! It's not loading! This sucks! Don't be a bitch! I'm back. This is taking forever. Alright, chapter 1024. So, first, First thing we have. Oh yeah, this chapter's called Nobody Important. Okay, see how this goes. Pretty much we have Usopp saying, like, we have these, cannon fodder, right? The Beast Pirates, the cannon fodder, saying, what's wrong? That pretty much says, is this conquerors hockey? And Usopp says, well, they can't help it. It's natural for men with weak resolve to crumble before me. After all, I took down 2 of the Flying Six. They call me Usohachi, whatever. The beast hunter. Of course, that's a lie. He says, what? 2 of them? One of the cannon fodder. He says, sure now, and I'll permit you to join our cause. But it comes out that it just ripple effect from Big Mom's hockey. Of course. But listen, everybody there, every Straw Hat there, none of them are affected by hockey. That's the thing. Look at that. Look at Usopp's resolve, and look at everybody else's resolve. Right? They are strong enough to handle Big Mom's Kaido's hockey. Right? So that's something. That's something. Listen, I have a thing. I think Usopp will get Conqueror's hockey, in my opinion. It's a theory that I really like to run with, but I'm not gonna go right now. Also, maybe Sanji, maybe it'd be nice to have the Monsters trio to have Conqueror's hockey, but I doubt it. But then pretty much after that we go to Frankie and all that stuff. We're getting an update from Frankie, then see how he's doing. Apparently they're pretty much, Nami and Frank are kind of updating each other what's going on. Then, yeah. After that, they move on to Brooke and Robin. Robin's passed out. She overexerted herself in the battle with Black Maria. So, of course, she's kind of out. But there is a fire on the live floor. So, they're kind of running away. As they should. Because I don't want to burn. Of course, Brooke makes a dead joke. He said, then they're pretty much talking amongst themselves, with the minks. They're there too, and they're kind of conversing. And then he says, Brooke says, I won't let Robinstein burn. How's the battle going? No clue. It's a total chaos out there. And Robin is smiling because I think she said pretty much feels like, yes, I've done something for my captain that's actually sustainable, whatever. Or she just proved to herself or something. She is smiling, and I love to see her smile, so that's good. But she's passed out, so. Then we're moving on to Jinbei. I love Jinbei. Everybody loves Jinbei. Pretty much we get an update with him. There's a small update. Brooke and Jinbei are talking amongst themselves, and then we move on to the rooftop, right? Then we have Yamato. Now this is the big chunk, the main course of this chapter. Now Yamato, by the way, in the Viva card, it stated that she is a female. She is confirmed to be a female. So I'm gonna say Yamato is a she. I'm gonna refer to her as she and her. Just saying, so don't get pissed off. Because it said in the Viva card, I'm basing off of that. Sometimes the Viva card is wrong, but I was basing off of that. Anyways, we have Yamato and Kaido fighting, and this entire fight, they're pretty much trying. It's pretty much Kaido says they're fighting, whatever. Yamato says, you're trying to kill me, whatever. And Kaido says, that's right. This isn't a family squabble. You should have been prepared for war. Carrying Oda's name is a heavy burden. I'm not playing around, Yamato. And then Yamato says, what's wrong with admiring him? I was captivated by Odin. Then flashback happens to Yamato when she's a little girl. And so, moving on. It says, Kato-san, the Oni princess has been throwing a nonstop tantrum, hissy fit for a week. And then, where she says, my name is Odin, you know. She says, let me go, Dad. Let me change that. I'm Odin, Kazuki Odin. My name is Huff Huff Huff. You know, just cannon fodder, saying Huff Huff Huff. Odin says, Yamato, did you do this? Kaito says. And Yamato says, I don't know. They just all fell down. I'm going to starve to death. Please feed me. Kaito's a shitty dad. By the way, she's probably like maybe 6 here. And she has Conqueror's Hockey. And Kaito says, well, that's promising. But if you insist on calling yourself Odin, it'd be better if you die, Yamato. And Yamato says, what? I'll give you a month to cool off and reconsider things in this cave. What, a month? I won't survive that long. And aren't those wild samurai imprisoned here too? What? Wait, how can you leave me in a place like this? Then Kaito says to the samurai, he says, the same goes for the rest of you. I would like to have one of those master swordsmen serve under me. If you have a change of heart, just shout so your voice is carried through the whole ceiling. But how many days has it been since you've all eaten? I suppose we can leave you something. 1 portion should be enough. I'm sure you'll be needing these to settle who gets it. And he throws swords out, right? And Yamato says, Father, they're definitely going to resent me for being your child. I'll be killed. And then Kaito says, but I thought you were Odin. And then Kaito leaves, we have the swords and the food, right? And Yamato pretty much states, I guess, in her head or out loud, I don't really know. She says, I call myself Odin, but I'm also Kaito's son, the man who killed Odin. These samurai must hate me for that. Does father expect them to kill each other in a scramble for a bowl of rice? Then she says, but, because someone picks up a sword. But, they're bound to kill me first. Then they move the plate to Yamato. And one of the samurai says, please eat. Then he says, samurai do not get hungry. Calling back what Kinemon said. And Momonosuke said. She says, huh, really? But I'm so starving. And, this is where it gets really, really cool. This is why it's so interesting. Not just because the dynamic between Kaito and Yamato, but we also get a little bit more about Zoro. It's not stated outright. It's just kind of hinted at, just like the art style and how similar this person, his father, we're assuming, and Zoro looks. Samurai are amazing. They are really never get. They really never get hungry. Ida, then Zoro's father. Ida, you were born into quite a family, weren't you? And she's scarfing it down. And she says, thank you, samurai. I remember this bowl for the rest of my life. And he says, hey, she says, hey, can I become a samurai even if I'm hungry? Then Zoro's father kind of slices off her chains. Not her cuffs, but her chains. Then he says, you want to become Kazuki Odin, right? I heard you earlier. That man captivated all of us too. Sorry, my brother is out and about now. Were you his friend? Yamato asked. Then he said, and then she says, asked, are you a samurai? Who are you, samurai-san? And then Zoro's father says, huh, how is a disgraced samurai meant to introduce himself? I'm nobody important. Very much reminiscent of, Rayleigh, and very much like Zoro. He has that mentality of, like, he doesn't really care, he's nobody important, That's how Zoro sees himself, I think. He is important. He sees himself, whatever. Then after that, Yamato says, I want to read this log, but there are a lot of big words. And one of the samurai says, is that Oden's navigation log? And they're all just looking at it, reading it together, all of them. And it says, someone says, it's been 10 days. Yamato, would your father really leave his child to die? If this keeps up, you're not going to see the battle that Oden predicted will happen in 20 years. She happens to be in that war. No, when the time comes, I'll fight for Wano. Then I'll go out to sea and go get much stronger. Going out with Luffy, most likely. I want her to join the fucking crew. I swear. I want her so bad on the crew. Then, okay, so this is where it gets, the lore gets kind of iffy for me. Because I don't know the name. So, you know Zoro, where he's from, right? The symbol of his so Zoro's master, not Hawkeye, but when he was a kid, when Zoro was a kid, his master at the time, the symbol on his clothing, right, is on Zoro's father's back. So that's another connection there for Zoro and his hometown, maybe. Yeah, see, there's a lot of names I cannot pronounce and I don't remember, but if you could follow along, that'd be great. My bad. But anyways, he's Zoro's father, I believe, or Yamato, whoever says this. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. No, it was Zoro's father. That's the point. That's the spirit. In that case, we can make our contribution to the future battle by ensuring your survival. After all, 20 years is a little long, too long for us to wait. Then Samurai-san, if you do this, my father will. We cannot just sit here and let you starve like stray dogs. We never had any intention of yielding, because they're samurai, obviously. Then moving out to the present day. Kado-sama. The samurai have no, this is still past. The samurai has broken out of jail. Then we move to present day. Even I had people that believed in me, people that accepted me. What right do you have to steal my freedom? What right do you have to steal Wano's freedom? There are no best answers, no easy answers in the world, Kaido says. You immature brat. Then they're fighting, then kind of cuts off. Okay. See? My dog's kind of being loud. Then we go to the color pages. I'm going to post them up right now. But yes, I know this video is a lot longer than usual, but I have to go into the cliff notes and stuff like that. But yes, there's a lot of lore. This chapter is mainly focused between the dynamic between Kaido and Yamato and their relationship, which I really appreciate because we didn't get a lot of that previously, but we have a lot more characterization with Yamato. We understand her a lot more. It's not just about her becoming Oden or idolizing Oden. It's the fact that those samurai kind of sacrificed themselves for her so she can live on in Oden's will and their will as well. So that's a lot. It gives a lot more emphasis on the why she sees herself as Oden and why she wants to become like Oden. So that's interesting, and we can see Kaido being a shitty father, but he does have a point. There are no easy answers in this world, you immature brat. Because she is still, I think, 28, 26. She's still young, relatively. And because Kaido's 59, I think. Okay, my PlayStation is pissing me off. It's beeping right now. But, yeah. He is right. There's no correct answers. And that's the true fact of this life, that world, and this world. There's no answers, And I can really kind of relate to that. Surprised I can relate to a villain? Wow, that's crazy. But yeah. But with these color pages, Zoro's father looks exactly like fucking Zoro. That's all I'm saying. the hair. Now this is not official color art. No. The color pages. This is just fan made. But you know, whatever. But yeah, he looks exactly like Zoro. Exactly like Zoro. So I'm just assuming that's his father. But yeah. You know, it's very interesting because during this war, we get updates with all of our Straw Hats, right? So that's what I really appreciate about this. You know, most of the time there's a battle, we go to the main character and they fight off the big villain. They win or they lose, whatever, may they win. But this time it's not like that. I really like how Oda does, like, oh, here's updates with all these battles, you know, and how they're doing. I really like how he goes about that. But yeah, that's pretty much all my statements for this week. Again, sorry, this video is very long. For the commentary, so my videos are usually 15 to 20 minutes. This is probably gonna be like 25 or 30 minutes. But I'm very sorry about that. But yeah, this week, there should be this video uploading like today. I plan on updating it today, so there's that, and also have another video planned as well. It's already recorded. I just have to edit it. So yeah. Anyways, hopefully you like this commentary, and yeah, like and subscribe, comment down below, and make sure you go to my Discord follow. Sorry, my camera got cut off. So yeah. Make you like, subscribe, go to my Discord, follow me there. Go to my socials, follow me there. Like and subscribe, put that bell notification on so you'll be notified every time I post a new video, which is weekly for new commentaries for the chapters for One Piece, and maybe some other stuff that concerns One Piece, theories, other things like that, or just anime, manga related content. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, I'll see you next week, for me at least. Anyways. This is Nico D. Skelly, signing off. See ya.